We have Ron from DNA Guitars.
How are you today?
Good, good. And Ron has like a really cool story to tell us about the DNA Guitar Company. It's relatively new. You guys are relatively new?
Yes, it is. We actually got started about 5 years ago. It's a culmination of a 30-year dream that several friends had, and finally everything came together, and we were able to start the company.
Cool. So tell me a little bit about it. Like one thing that I've heard about these guitars is not only do they sound fantastic, but for a bass, it's an incredibly light instrument, and basses have a reputation for being sort of notoriously heavy basses.
Very true. I played bass for years, and about 10 years ago I set out to dispel the myth that you had to have a big, heavy body to get a thunderous tone out of it. And we came up with some ideas that worked very well. To start off with, we use brass inserts that we screw into the body, and we use machine screws to actually tighten the bridge down, which allows us to get it tighter than any wood screw could ever go. We do the same thing in the neck, and when we torque these down, they essentially become a one-piece guitar. So, and then to continue with trying to figure out how to get that string vibration through the body and make it really part of the instrument, we countersink the bridges. And as you can see by this, you can't even tell. The tolerances are so tight that we really actually use a mallet to tap them into place.
Mm-hmm. And all of these innovations make the body, the string content, and the instrument vibrate better, essentially.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. It really does. There's a lot of controversy out there, kind of like the tube versus transistor, you know, but we've really proven that you can take a very small, lightweight instrument. They weigh in at 7 pounds.
Wow.
So very comfortable. You can wear them all night long. They don't tear up your neck or your shoulder. And as one of our endorsees, Kevin Kane, calls it his thunder stick, because it really puts out a low end.
You know, we've had sort of an interesting little sub theme at the NAMM show where we've been talking to more and more women musicians. We had a couple of great women guitarists up on this stage today. Yossi Hoffer, who's an incredible player, and Nita Strauss. And, you know, more and more people are thinking about how important women musicians are. So I'm assuming this might be something also good for you know, if you're a woman or have a smaller frame or smaller hands.
Absolutely. I did it initially for myself because I just got tired of carrying a heavy bass, but as I played it, I began to think more and more about the ladies out there, and then I contacted Women in Music and wanted to get the word out to the ladies. So DNA is happy to be donating one of their basses for the auction.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so hopefully it will get into the hands of one of the ladies, and they can see that they're a very comfortable instrument, extremely well balanced. When you strap it on, it stays exactly where you put it. There is no head dive at all.
Right. This is great. So, so how did you? I mean, a relatively new company. How did you get started with it? Was it just strictly out of your own sort of self-interest? Were you a guitar bass maker?
I was a bass player. Made my first bass about 34 years ago just for myself. I wanted a fretless, so I did. Then about 10 years ago, I came up with this design, and you know, the rest is history, as they say. So hopefully we can get this in the hands of the ladies so that they can see that there is something out there very comfortable for them while they play.
Well, we really appreciate you thinking about, you know, not only making a lighter instrument, but also with the ladies and helping them to get into playing bass more and having a good, comfortable instrument. And appreciate you stopping by.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
This is Ron at DNA Guitars.